Okay, let's do another assignment on the Amazon Web Services AWS Cloud Quest Cloud Practitioner. Okay, when the city is loaded, go to the bottom right to click and see your next assignment. The first time you load it, it might take a while for the assignments to show up, so just wait a while. Okay, today we'll be doing file systems in the cloud. You can click the route and go. Okay, click on the exclamation mark to talk to the customer. Okay, click next. Okay, seems like they need a storage solution. Some syncing issues. Files with permissions. Okay, so there's some need to segregate permissions. Okay, so the storage can grow and shrink, so it's really pay only what you need to use. Okay, I think we covered this EFS before in the earlier assignments, so this should be a refresher. Okay, on this page we'll see the overview. Click through the diagram steps on the various key points. So this shows the 3 availability zones for redundancies. Okay, click on the video concepts on the left here to go through the details. Okay, I'll pause the video to take some time to go through the videos. Okay, when you are done with the videos, you can click the X at the top right. Then click on Plan at the bottom right to go to the next step. So the planning stage is you get to do practice labs as well as the DIY go. We will start with the practice. Okay, click on the Start Lab. That will launch the AWS environment. Okay, it'll take a while to load up, so can step through the next step, the arrow key. Okay, we'll be using EC2. Okay, we'll continue when the AWS environment is loaded up. Okay, when the button change, you can click to open the AWS console. It will open in a new tab. Okay, we'll probably use the classic console just to make it same with the screenshots that we have seen in the Cloud Quest. Okay, search for EC2. Then click on it. Then click the next step. Step 3. Instances. Go to the next step. Instances. Okay, there's already a few instances running. Next step, step 4. Review the existing instances. Scroll to the right. Okay, so to the right there's more stuff. Next step, step 5, availability zones. So it's availability zones. Okay, yeah, so it's running on different availability zones. Then go to security groups. Then next step. Step 6, web server security group. Okay, review the web server security group. Okay, so that's the second one. Then click on create security group on the top right here. Okay, do we have... Okay, let's go back to the Cloud Quest. Click the next step. Step 7, under security group. Okay, let me shift this tab so that we can see it side by side. Okay, group name, head models EFS 1-SG. Description, restrict access to web servers only. Under BBC, choose the pet models. So we click the X to remove the existing one, then click on pet models. Is that the correct one? Yep, the 9E. Okay, inbound rules. Click on the add rule. Then go to next step, step 8. Okay, for step 8, under type, we choose NFS. Under source, we click web server security group. Under source, oh, this one. We click the web server security group. Then go to next step. Step 9. Step 9, scroll down and create the security group. Next step, step 10. Review the security group name. That's here. Okay, next step. Step 11, in the search bar, search for EFS and click on it. Next step, step 12, create file system. There'll be the orange button. Then next step, step 13, under name, you name it as pet models -EFS-1. Virtual private cloud, choose the pet models. It's the second line here. Availability, we can keep it as default. Then customize. Next step, step 14. Enable, okay, deselect the automatic backups. Lifecycle management, transition to IA, choose none. Then next step, step 15. Scroll down, click next. Okay, step 16, we have under mount target. Okay, mount targets for. Okay, remove for subnet 1B and 1C. Okay. So for B and C, we click remove and remove. So we're just left with A. Okay, next step. Step 17. Under security group, choose the pet model EFS1-SG. Okay, let me check. Step 16. Okay, so we need to remove the existing one for 1A as well. So for 1A, we will remove the default, and what should remain is only the pets model -EFS-1-SG. Okay, step 17. Okay, that's done. The next step 18. Click on next. Okay, next step 19. Scroll to the bottom, then click create. Okay, it's under the review and create. Then we will proceed to create. Okay, the blue bar appears here, creating. Okay, when it turns green, the file system is available. Then review that the file system is created. So pets model EFS. We can click on it to see the details. For next step 21, click attach. Okay, so we are creating the EFS, but we have to attach it to the instance that we want. So click attach. Next, step 22. So we can use the EFS mount helper. Click the copy, then paste into the text editor. Okay, I will paste it into a notepad for now. Then click close. And the next step. Step 23. In the service search bar, we look for EC2. That will be the Elastic Compute. Next step, step 24. Under instances, click on that. So you'll see the 3 instances running. Next step 25, we will choose the pet model -A. So that's checked, and then connect. Okay, next step 26, we will connect to this instance. So we click connect button. Okay, that will launch into another tab. Okay, step 27. Okay, let's wait for a while for it to load up. Okay, so we have to enter sudo yum install -y Amazon -efs utils. Okay, next step 28. A few things to type, so we will type make directory data, then we would list the directory, then we will paste the sudo mount command, and the mounting point, okay, will be, we change it to data. Okay, then data, enter. Okay, after that, we would go into data, then we will create a log file, sudo bash -c at efs1 setup.log, enter. Okay, then we would type okay, we type this, then we type, oh okay, we have to type that out. So EFS -1 mounted inside A, enter, then Control C to end the cat session, then we view the file. Okay, so that's the contents of the file. Okay, so that's step 28. Next one, step 29. Return to the AWS console tab. So that's our previous tab in the browser. And then search for EFS. Then you'll click on that. Okay, next step, step 30. Under the name, click on EFS1. Next step 31, click on network, then click on manage. Next step 32, under mount targets, we would add mount target. Next step 33, okay, choose the 1B for availability zone, then choose head model subnet 2. Next step 34, under security group, we choose pet models EFS1 SG. Then we click save. Then ignore the banner that appear. That's the red one. Then next step. Okay, 35. After a few minutes, click on refresh. Okay, let's scroll down. Okay, so now the status is creating. So we'll wait a while, then click the refresh button. Okay, so you click on refresh, then it will be available. The next step, step 36, in the service search bar, look for EC2. Click on that. Next step 37, we will go to the instances on the left. Next step, step 38, click on the pet models -2 -B, and then connect. So we will launch. Okay, we'll connect into that instance. Then you open into a new tab. Okay, next step we would install. So sudo yum install -y Amazon EFS utils. Okay, next step. Step 41. We would be doing similar commands. So make directory data. Okay, new directory has been created. Then paste the sudo command and change the folder name to data. Then next step, we would cd into the data directory, then cat the log file. So we see that the contents is what we did in the earlier step. So we will do sudo bash -c cat efs -1-setup.log. Then we would type efs -1 mounted inside B. Enter. Then Control C. Add the file. Okay, we'll see 2 lines in that file. Okay, so we have successfully mounted EFS server systems in 2 EC2 instances in separate AZs, availability zones. Okay, so that's the practice section. We would proceed to the DIY section. Okay, for DIY, so we will be given the activity, but then no step-by-step solution. So let's give this a try. So the task is to mount an EFS endpoint to the third instance and test if the files are accessible from the EC2 instance. Okay, let's give that a try. Then we need to provide the file system ID to validate. Okay, the file system ID would be the one here, fs this whole string. Okay, let's recall what we need to do. So we would go back to the main tab here. Okay, what do we need to do? We would search for EFS. Okay, so this is the EFS that we have that we want to connect to the third instance. So I think we need to go to the EC2. under instances, okay, I think first we need to select the EFS to attach it first. That's the first step. So under EFS, click on the pet model and then click on attach. So we want to mount it on the instance tree. Oh, okay, so we'll copy the sudo command which we did just now, but we need to paste this in the third instance. So we do EC2 and then we will connect to that instance. Okay, but first let's try. So we'll paste this name. Then validate. So this would be probably an error, a wrong solution because we haven't done anything yet. Okay, so then we would go to the instances here. We will connect to the pet model C. So we'll check that and then click on the connect. Then connect. So you'll launch in a separate tab. So we can follow the steps. So if you have the previous tab open, you can probably just copy and paste the commands. So the first one was to install the EFS utils. Then once that's done, we would be creating the data directory. Then we will cd. Okay, we will list that directory is created. Then we would do the mounting to the data directory. Failed to resolve. Okay, so we are missing some steps. Okay, probably some permission stuff. Okay, what are we missing? Let's go through the practice tab to see what is the step that we missed. I think it's one of the later steps. Okay, this is for the first instance. The mount target. Okay, so we have to do the EFS. We go to, we search for EFS. Then we select, okay, we click on it. Then under network, we would want to create a new mount point. Okay, so we click on manage. Then add mount point, add mount target. That will be the 1C. That will be the where the third instance is located. Under the security groups, we would select the same one, the EFS-1-SG, then click on save. Subnet required. Okay, there's only one option, so we'll use that, then save. Okay, so that's created. Okay, so we have to wait for this to become available. So we'll keep clicking the refresh button until it shows us as available. Okay, so after clicking the refresh, if this becomes available, then we can go back to the tab which we used to connect to the EC2 instance in the 1C availability zone. So you try running the sudo mount command again, and it still doesn't work. So what did we miss? Let's check the previous steps. Okay, what do we miss? Okay, let's try mounting again. Okay, so this round it has succeeded, so probably need some time for the backend to sync up. Okay, so the mount is done, so we can cd into the directory, and we should have our file there. So we will cat the file. The existing content will be the 2 lines. Then we can enter another line into the log file, just to be consistent with the steps we took. Then we can put EFS-1 mounted inside C. Control C to escape. Then we can hit the file with 3 lines. Okay, let's go back to the DIY section and paste the file system name, which is here, fs dash. Okay, validate. Okay, so the key point was to create the mount target in the EFS page. Okay, so it was a success. We can go back to the city to deliver the assignment to the customer. Click on exit. It will bring you back to the city. Then click on the exclamation mark to talk to the customer. Click on next. Okay, next. Then we can choose our reward. Let's choose the first one. The gigantic okay, collect. Okay, so that's what we have. That's our reward. Okay, so that was the file systems in the cloud assignment. Hope you found this video useful. Okay, that's the end.